52 Weeks of Beauty. Today's video is going to be about the fold over technique for tape-in hair extensions, aka the Meredith technique. So I talked about this briefly in a past video, and I just wanted to kind of revisit it and do a little demonstration of it because I have been totally loving it. And right now I actually prefer this method as opposed to the very first video I ever did for tape-in hair extensions earlier this year. And the reason I like this one more is because you know how in that video I say put tape on one side, flip the weft over, put tape on that side, flat iron, peel off both sides, put it in your hair. Okay, so this one is basically you just take one strip of tape as opposed to two, and you put it halfway up, you know, the weft halfway into the tape, and then take the other piece of the tape and just fold it over the top of the weft, and you flat iron, and then you peel it off. So just to give you an example, when I first did my video, what I meant to do was something like this. This is the 1/2 inch size. It's not exactly even, but this is just a really quick, I think I was like doing some kind of trial with this, but so this is just the 1/2 inch size on both sides. You know, I cut it, flat ironed it, and now I would peel it off and just put it in. But that's a lot of adhesive right there, you know? So here is one where I used 3/8 of an inch, which you know is my favorite tape size, and this is hand-tied hair, this is machine weft, so a little different, but just to give you an idea on the actual tape part. So I just took the piece of tape and I just folded it over the top. So what is so awesome about this is here, there's no tape. So when it's in your head, this part of the weft isn't really being adhered to, you know, the top of your scalp line, your hairline, you know, anything like that. This actually is, so it's more support. Your hair has, how do I say this? Not only are the extensions more supported by having this top piece of adhesive holding them together and holding both of it, you know, the wefts together, but it's also more support in your hair as well. Your hair has more to hold on to. So it doesn't just have the two sides, it also has the top part. And you're using way less adhesive, so it's actually not that big of a deal that you are adding a little more adhesive in a sense to a part of your hair because it's so tiny. So anyway, I've been loving that. I wanted to kind of talk about what wefts to use for what tapes and that sort of thing if you want to try the fold over technique. If you've already tried tape-in hair extensions and you're wearing them all the time and you are having a great time with them, you are going to go crazy when you try the fold over technique. I'm serious, like it is amazing and it saves a lot of money, like a lot. So, because you're using half as much tape, and you know, tape isn't super expensive, but if you're going through them a lot and you know, changing them out every 4 to 6 weeks or anything like that, you know, it can just add up. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you all the tapes. I'm gonna grab my camera and just kind of scan over all of them really fast so I can show you what tapes I would recommend in the width sizes for certain wefts and all of that, and I'll be right back in a second. Okay, so I kind of just laid everything out really fast. We'll try to go through them quickly. But this is the smallest size tape available. This is the 1/4 inch. There's 2 rolls. I talk about this all the time. Of course, my camera is horrible at zooming, but just imagine there are 2 rolls next to each other. It's really, really tiny. And then these are the tabs, and these are already pre-cut, and they're in the 1/4 inch width size as well. And again, I'm sure you can't even see any definition in there, but they are little tab pieces. Okay, this is a new size I just recently discovered. It's the 1/3 inch. So there are 3 rolls, and it's a slightly wider than the 1/4 inch. And so now it's 9 yards worth instead of 6. And I have not tried this size yet, but I was like, huh. You know, this one's my favorite. This is the 3/8 of an inch, and I love it because it's a little bit wider than the 1/4 inch. But when I held this one up, I was like, it's a little bit tinier than this one. So I actually think this one's awesome. Okay, so for the purpose of the fold over technique, I wouldn't recommend these. So this is the one that I would say would be the smallest that you could try using. This is the 3/8. This is the one I was holding up in the video just a few seconds ago. So this is the width that I used. I actually put 2 tiny, you know, hand-tied wefts, one here and one right above it, and then I folded it in half over it. So this would be the smallest size I'd recommend for the fold over technique. And then we have the 1/2 inch size, which is a real popular size. So this one's, like I said, it's a safe size to use. So this is the size I used back in the very beginning when I did my first tape-in video, and I just talked about a few seconds ago. Okay, so this size comes in 3 yards. It also comes in 12 yards. It also comes in, oh my goodness, 36 yards. And 3-inch pieces that are 3 inches long and the 1/2 inch wide. So if you just wanted it already pre-cut for you. This size is amazing for machine wefts. It could be double wefted. It could be single wefted. I don't know that you would want to take the weft and layer them on this width size, but this is good if the machine weft is already sewn together double wefted. I think this one would be perfect for the fold over technique for that kind of hair, or you could do maybe like 3 hand-tied wefts on top of each other with this one. Okay, then we have the 3/4 inch size, which is a great size. So just to give you a comparison, this is the 1/2, 3/4. It's not, you know, quite double, but it's like this and a 1/2 is the 3/4. And I told you I'm not good at math, so okay. Anyway, this size comes in the 3 yards, the 12 yards, and also comes in the strips as well. And this one would be great for, you know, if you already have machine double wefted extensions and you want to, you know, put maybe 1 row here and then 1 row here. I'd say like maybe 2 double wefted wefts and then fold this over. And I'm really sorry, this is blurry and shaky, and one day I'm gonna get a new camera. I know I keep saying that, but I really am. Okay, so this is the 1-inch size. And again, just to give you another comparison, this is so crazy to do with one hand, but okay. So there's the 3/4, this is the 1 inch, and 1 inch would be great for maybe more support for really heavy double wefted, you know, if you get higher gram sets. I know that I've had my manufacturer custom make 300 gram sets for me before, and it's not like they're quadruple wefted, they're really just double wefted, but it's a lot heavier hair. So if you're going to use, you know, maybe really heavy gram sets, or maybe, gosh, how many wefts could you put on here? 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe? I don't know. Maybe if you did, even if you mixed hand tied and machine weft, but you can do a lot with this. You know how to experiment, and the heavier your hair or the more wefts you're going to be wanting to use, this one or this one, the 1 inch or the 1 1/2. This one comes in 12, 36 pieces, and this is the 1 1/2 inch. So this is really, really wide, and this one is awesome because, to give you an idea, I mean, you could really, really load up some wefts here and then fold this over. I mean, this is for crazy bulk. Like I said, I don't know that you're really going to need this one, but if you really wanted to go all out, I mean, it's here for you. So, okay. And I'm sure a lot of these other ones that I don't have, these big rolls, do come in the, you know, bigger rolls too, if you wanted to save money and you were, you know, really fond of one particular size. But okay, so that's kind of the quick run through on the tapes and what tapes I'd recommend for the fold over technique. And now I'm going to go ahead and show you how I do it. Okay, so to do this, basically you're just going to pick up your weft. I'm using hand tied, but you know, if you want to use machine weft too. And I'm just going to kind of start it like this. So right there at the end. Could you guys see that? Let me do it again. All right, so I just put it right there. And then just kind of go really slow so you can get like a good placement. And you want to put it up just a little, not on the very, very bottom, because you want a little adhesive to hold the bottom and the right below the weft and right above the weft too. So there's that one. And I'm going to cut it. And then I'm just going to go ahead and take my other weft, and I am going to be really careful not to touch the tape, but I'm going to put it right above that one. Okay. And then I'm going to fold over. So you just start at the front there and just try to make sure it's even when you're folding on both sides. And this is. And see how there's a little bit of space in between the wefts right now? It's like a little teepee. Ooh, yay. And so I'm going to go ahead and use flat iron, and that will help seal it and make it more flat and together. So let's go flat iron. Okay, so for the flat iron, I'm just doing what I typically do, is just the clamp, clamp, And this one I'm actually gonna flip over and do the same thing. My flat iron's heated to about 400 degrees. I think 400 to 450 is a great amount. But I want to do both sides because it's so tiny and so fragile. You really do want it to seal it. And now the little TP is gone. Oh, no TP. But it's nice and flat, and I love that. So I'm gonna let it cool down, and then I'll show you how I remove the tape too. Okay, so I wanted to show you after, you know, you clamped it with the flat iron. It is a little bit trickier to peel this off. So I just start one side. You know, make sure you're separating the tape from the backing. And then just lift it up, you know, like that. So once you have it on there, so if you can kind of see what I'm doing, and then just kind of peel back, and I sometimes just go really quickly because I feel like if I don't, it'll get caught up. So then you can see how the tape is on the very top of the weft too, and it's nice and secure. And I love this because what I was doing before when I did hand tied is, you know, I put the tape and then I put a weft and then I put tape and then I peeled the tape off and add another weft and then I put another piece of tape. So I had them, you know, this way. As opposed to layered with the fold over thing. So it's one, more tape, and two, with hand tied, it's so delicate, it was taking me forever. And I was like, come on. Tape ins are so quick, and I don't mean forever, like really forever, but you know, maybe a few more minutes. But I was just so impatient. I was like, there's gotta be, you know, I've gotta be able to do something better. And then when Meredith recommended the fold over technique, I was like, what? There's the answer to all my problems. So thanks again, Meredith. And anyway, if you guys try this fold over technique or the Meredith method, please let me know what you think. And I'm just so curious. I actually think it's gonna hold a little bit better. It's gonna be, you know, a little bit more secure. And what am I gonna do with this? Hold on. So if you do try the fold over technique, let me know what you think. And I think it's my new way, like my new go-to way of doing tape in hair extensions. And I love it so much, I wanted to share with you guys. So let me know if you do try it. What size tape did you use? What size, you know, how many wefts did you put on your tape size? You know, leave it in a comment below. Let other girls know too. And maybe you can help them out if they have similar hair types to you or similar extension sets to you. And I hope you guys are having a great week, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye.